And don't forget the Riverview Panthers.
They're a much more rated football team than we are. We probably are still the underdog. They're probably, being the underdog, they're probably 7, 8 points better than we are, you know. I like that.
Troxel likes the underdog role because his team has flourished from that position. They beat Walla Walla in a mini playoff as the underdog. They beat Gonzaga Prep in the first round of state as the underdog. They beat Richland in round 2 as the underdog. Troxel says it would be his greatest coaching accomplishment at Kennewick to take his team to the King Bowl.
You're taking a team that a bunch of ragamuffins that, you know, nobody gave them a chance to win, taking them there. Probably the biggest single thing that you can say in the 12 years that I've coached here.
The players also dream of making the championship game.
It means a lot because, I mean, it's my senior year and it's something I'll always remember, and I'm sure the team will too. And it's just, I mean, it looked really slim at the beginning of the season, and here we are.
But they have to get through Kentwood first. The Conquerors line up in a wishbone. Some say they may be the best team in the state. We'll find out Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. at KHS Stadium.
Wood Conquerors at KHS Stadium. Saturday's kickoff is set for 1 o'clock in the afternoon. With the win, the Lions can complete another chapter to an unbelievable story. KVU's Matt Samsel has this preview.
It seems everyone in Kennewick is kissing the ground the Lions walk on. The new darlings of the Tri-City sports scene are just one victory away from the King Bowl this decade. After disposing of the #2 team in the state 2 weeks ago and then dismantling the #1 Richland Bombers last Saturday, the Lions invite #6 Kentwood into their den. To beat the Conquerors, the Lions have to not only fight the flu bug that's hit camp, but they have to find a way to build an early lead. The Lions' habit of coming back in the second half is exciting, but Cats only have a certain amount of lives in them. Getting behind a team that grinds the ball with its wishbone offense is not what Coach Ed Troxel has in mind.
We need to be ahead going into halftime. They don't play as well if they're behind. A wishbone team is behind, you have some advantage.
Defensive whiz Jason Neer agrees. The Orange Crush defense must set the tone in Saturday's semifinal.
We figured we got to come out fired up because usually we're down by halftime. We need to come back and play hard and get the offense on this field so they can score.
During the regular season, the Lions lived on the rush, and who could blame them? But when Jason Gofford went down last week, Darryl Moore and Jason Brown filled in admirably. But don't be surprised if you see the ball in the air. Josh Perkins has used his top 2 aerial weapons to perfection.
We run a lot of passes where Josh rolls out, plus I stick out above everybody else too, kind of. And a lot of plays are set up where Josh just rolls out, and he throws to a spot a lot of times, not to the receiver.
We make it fun out there. We, play little games out there, have bets, so he gets the most receptions and all that. Make it fun.
A victory gives Troxel 100 wins at Kennewick. Another win, another kiss on the cheek, another early visit from Santa Claus. In Kennewick, Matt Samsel, KVU Sports.
Good evening. The Kennewick Lion football team will play its semifinal game against Kentwood at home on Saturday. The game was originally scheduled to be played in Richland, but local officials wanted the game switched and state officials obliged. Kennewick earned the right to beat Kentwood by knocking off Richland 23-21 Saturday in the Bomber Bowl. It's worth one more look. Richland opened up a 14-7 halftime lead. Nate Holdren throws to Cale Boyder for a pretty 47-yard touchdown. But the Lions stage a gutty second-half rally. Third quarter, they run the option to perfection. Josh Perkins pitches to Darryl Moore around left end. He's gone. He turns on the Jets for an 82-yard touchdown as he gets the picket line. The game is tied at 14 apiece on the big play. Then the Lion defense comes alive. Richland stuck way in their own end after the ensuing kickoff. Eric Orange and Ryan Reddick get to Holdren for a safety on a controversial call. It turned out to be the difference in the ball game. Kennewick takes a 9-point lead when Perkins runs around right end. He races to the right corner and makes it for a 34-yard touchdown run. 23-14 Lions. Richland makes a valiant comeback. Nate Holdren in the fourth quarter, about 4 minutes to go, scrambles and finds Tobin Phelps open for a 30-yard touchdown, but the comeback fell short as Kennewick bumps off the #1 ranked team in the state in the third straight thriller between the two teams.
What's it about these two teams when they get together? They have to go down to the wire.
Well, hey, we're mad. Hey, you know, hey, they don't like us, and we don't like them, you know, when you get down to rivalry. Hey, you know, now, after the game, hey, we're good friends. I want you to understand that. Only when, hey, we get on that field does that blood boil.
There will be a victory celebration for the state.